Hello, my YouTube family. I need to show you something. Although I came home about 10 minutes earlier. But I just wanted to show you. This is 3:49, people. Before 4 o'clock. Okay? I told you I'd be home before 4 o'clock. You know, I had to make a pit stop over at the... Yes, I did. I had to make a pit stop over at the Taco Bell. Don't say nothing to me. Because I've been eating chicken all week. And I need a break. I'm a carnivore and I need a break. Okay? Need some meat, need some pork, and need some beef. This is beef. So, yeah. So I am stocked up. When I tell you stocked up, for tonight's dinner and tomorrow's lunch. Done. I have nothing to worry about. Okay, so let us get started with lips of the day. All right, because I am happy, as you can tell. Happy as can be. I'm home, people. Okay, so there's a little story behind this gloss for this morning. Okay, has this ever happened to you when you know you have a lot of products, you have a lot of lipsticks, you have a lot of blushes, blah, blah, this, that, the other? Well, this is a blush story. I was thinking about a particular blush that I have not worn in a stone's age. When I'm telling you years, it might have been a year or two. And I know I have the blush. So I decided to do some digging. And the blush is this one. MAC Sweet as Cocoa. I don't know why that popped into my head, but I was like, you know what? I haven't worn Sweet as Cocoa in a while. In a long while. So the blush came to me. Normally it's the lip gloss that comes and then I follow everything else. Lipstick, lip gloss first. I choose that first, and then I decide what's the coordinating blush, what's the coordinating eyeliner, mascara, all of that. But I was thinking, you know, I have Sweet as Cocoa. I don't remember the last time I wore it. So it was so in my mind last night, and I said, okay, I'm going to pick out. And of course, me not wearing it, you know, over and over and over again, it was on the bottom of my 100 and some odd blushes. So I had to do serious digging. So this is my Sweet as Cocoa. You see it has a little shimmer. Okay, and in case, because I have it on, but I will give you a swatch of it. It's kind of like mine. Here it goes. It's a little bit of my skin tone. Let me make a darker swatch. Excuse me. There it is. There it is. It's got a little shimmer to it. And I decided, okay, you know what? Here we go. Here we go. I said, okay, I'm going to wear my Sweet as Cocoa blush. Then I followed with, okay, what lipstick, what lip gloss, whatever. So it's a combo, really. I'm wearing my Sleek Makeup True Color lipstick in Blaze. You know, this cute little packaging. And this is Blaze. There you go. That's Blaze. And that is Blaze. So it's a brownish kind of a day, as you can tell. That is Blaze. But on its own, it is extraordinarily dry. So I really needed to dig, because I didn't want to put my MAC lip gloss, you know, the clear. I said, you know what? I could punch it up a little bit. So I decided to do some digging. I said, I probably have a lip gloss that comes really, really close to this. Voila. It is my NYC Extreme Lip Glider Lip Gloss in the color Downtown Brown. See, it's got a little shimmer, just like the Sleek lipstick, just like Blaze. And it doesn't change the lips color at all. It's the exact same color. This is lipstick form. This is lip gloss form. Same damn thing. So I was mighty happy about that because it doesn't change the color. It just enhances it. And of course, you don't have the dry lips because this is a very dry lipstick. These are not moisturizing lipsticks at all. They are just dry. So they need a little help. So you know I needed to do a little, I keep saying Carmex. I don't, this is fine. This is what I'm using now, chapstick. And I believe Girl 414 gave me this because it came in this little, does this ring a bell, Sarah? I remember you gave me this. Yes, I did. And I got one more left. I used the first one. And I'm using, this is the spearmint flavored one. And I think I saved the cherry one for last. I sure did. Here's the cherry one. I think the first one was original flavor. And now I'm using the spearmint. Whoop! Lord. Spearmint. Classic spearmint. That's the one I'm using now. And the cherry, saved the best for last. So thank you very much, Sarah, for that. So that's basically it in a nutshell, people. I know I seem like I'm hyper or something. I'm just happy. I'm just happy that I'm home. I have the rest of the afternoon to max and relax. Okay, we know that it's July, right? It is my birthday month. And yes, although I am a year older, or will be on the 13th, I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not going to go crazy. I have tomorrow off. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think I looked it up earlier this morning. Terminator Genesis, I think, has a 9 a.m. showing tomorrow. You know my ass is probably going to be there, right? So we'll see. I'm going to check again. If not, I may go out because I'm still, let's say Aunt Flo is knocking at the door, but she hasn't come in or come out, depending on how you want to look at it, yet. So as long as I still have some energy, because I'm not regular. I never was regular, but now that I'm older, it comes later now. Usually it's every 20, mine would be every 25 to 27 days. Now it could be 27 to 31 days. I'm getting older. Or sometimes a month goes by and I don't have it at all. And I know I don't have to be scared of nothing because I don't have no man and I'm not going to be pregnant. So I don't have to worry about that. But it's the perimenopausal situation kicking in. So the last time that I skipped a month was maybe February or March. And, you know, it's been coming ever since. But it hiccups every once in a while, and then it continues on. Yeah, people. The world of a woman getting older. So as long as I'm still in the clear, so to speak, I will continue to do what I'm going to do. But if tomorrow, let's say, it decides to surprise, then I'm not going to do a damn thing. I'm just going to stay home. I'm going to watch whatever I've got to watch, just max and relax. Because as every woman knows, what comes with it? Backache, cramps, headaches, sometimes migraines. I suffer from migraines. Dorothy, we feel each other on this one. And sometimes I get migraines just because. Yeah, just because. But it's not a migraine it's not my menstrual cycle that kicks into a migraine. Sometimes it just happens. Thankfully, not that often. So, knock on wood in that one. So we shall see. But if I'm still in the clear, oh, sweet Jesus, I'm going to be at the 9 a.m. showing of the Terminator Genesis. And, of course, you know when I go to an early showing, you know it's for breakfast, right? Big old bag of popcorn, buttered up the waz, with a large, oh, look who decided to make a showing. Boo-boo? Want to say hi to family? No, not really, Mom. Okay. I think he's looking for his pillows. And of course, yes, I forgot them again. Yes. He does make me feel bad sometimes. So, what was I saying? Oh, popcorn for breakfast. And my either large or medium-sized cherry Coke. It's the best breakfast in the world when you have a reclining chair, because the chairs in the movie theater recline. So I got my feet up. I'm comfortable. The chairs are nice and wide enough for my big fat ass. So I just sink right in and chomp away. And, I've got tons of napkins with me. So I just, because the butter. And then, the movie starts and all the previous, trailers for other movies and coming attractions and all of that. So I could spend tomorrow morning doing that. We shall see. It all depends on how the body is working. Men don't have to worry about this crap, okay? This is another reason. Men don't have to. What do men have to worry about? Can somebody tell me? Okay. I'm not going to go on a rant of I hate men. I know, I don't. I don't hate men at all. But, when it comes to the monthly for women, I don't want to see a man. I don't want to be near a man. That includes my father. I love you, Pops, but steer clear. And he knows. He knows. Okay, so along with that, if I do decide to go out tomorrow and see the Terminator Genesis, after the movie, I may not want to come straight home. No, I may want to make a visit to the Rite Aid or the Duane Reade or the Walgreens or the CVS. And I may want to take a walk around and see what's new on the shelves. That's all I'm saying, people. I'm not promising anything. I'm not, Of course, if I do come home with stuff, the early beginnings of birthday shopping, I will, of course, let you know. But if you don't see anything from me tomorrow, then it's one of two things. I did go to the movies, but I didn't go shopping. And there's no point in making a video of, oh, yes, I went to go, because I can always tell you that on Monday. Or the body just turned on me, and I got a knocking on the uterus door. You know what I'm saying? Okay. So does anybody watch Flipping Out with Jeff Lewis? The premiere started last night, honey. I mean, when he starts screaming in episode 1, But he's got this new intern or whatever. His name is Joe. Why? That's all I need to know is why. Why? He serves no purpose whatsoever. He is a ditz, airhead, any kind of flighty description you can find, that's Joe. Like, why did you hire him? Whose son is he that, gave him this position? Because this dude making mistakes, not picking up the phone, not doing his responsibilities. Jeff asked him to mail some bills, and the bills miraculously disappeared. They never got to their destination. So I'm trying to figure out, excuse you, why? Why did you? Jeff is normally a really bright, smart person. So who is this dude, and why is he taking up space? That annoyed me last night. But it's a real good show. If anybody is watching it, please let me know. If anybody is not watching it, I guess I'll find out when the comments come in and nobody mentions Flipping Out. So then I'll know not to talk about it anymore. But it is a good show. Love me some Jeff Lewis, honey. Wouldn't want to work for him for nothing. But I love him. He is funny, but he could be very malicious and sometimes very mean-spirited. And he knows this about himself. And he's working on it. He says he's a work in progress. But, honey, you've been working on yourself for years now. How much progress do you need? So, yeah. So it started up, and I'm enjoying it. It's Friday night, Friday evening, Friday afternoon. Let's not rush it. I don't really think there's anything. Oh, yes. As a matter of fact, it's right in front of me. Okay, CNN usually does a series project, executive produced by Tom Hanks. He did the 60s, like last year, and he did the 70s, which I was supposed to keep up with, and I forgot when the first one came on. So I think tonight at 9 a.m., 9 a.m., really? Did I say 9 a.m.? 9 p.m. Tonight at 9 p.m. on CNN, I think they're going to give the back-to-back, like one right after the, like a marathon. I hope, if that's the case. I hope that's the case. And I want to see this. I want to see it. I want it because I'm very. I grew up in the 70s, so I want to see. I know they're going to talk about Nixon. They're going to talk about Vietnam. They're going to talk about television in the 70s, where the television shows in the 70s could not be shown now, because they weren't politically correct. There was no such thing as political correctness in the 70s, in the 60s, and that's a very early 90s thing. Even maybe 80s. I'm not sure when the whole political correct term came into being. But in the 70s, there was no such thing. I mean, All in the Family, the Archie Bunker character, bigot beyond control. You know, the television, the Jeffersons, bigot beyond control. You had a white bigot, you had a black bigot. I mean, you know, honky, with the word honky was thrown away, but they never used the N-word. Never used the N-word. That's, and it still is a very sensitive word to use to this day. But, you know, oh God, what was the name of that show? Good Times. Good Times. Those of you who are around my age group, you may not have watched the show, but you know the shows I'm talking about. So, you know, there's history behind that. There's actual history. The Vietnam War is an actual history. President Nixon, Watergate, all of that. I was too young to understand all of what was going on in politics. I didn't even know anything about politics. I'm still really not interested in politics, but I'm a grown woman now, so I, you know, widened my horizons, as I always tell everybody to do. So I know now. What I know now, I did not know then, because I was, you know, I was still a young girl in the 70s. I was like, let's see, in 1970, I was only 6. I was only 6 years old in 1970. Okay, so cut me some slack. I was a happy 6-year-old. I had a very happy childhood. Very, very happy childhood. My parents did the world for me. They really did. My father worked like a beast, still working to this day. Mom was mom. She was the best mom in the world. She really was. Really, really was. And yeah, maybe I was spoiled a little bit, but I wasn't spoiled like, you know, I wasn't spoiled like a Kardashian spoiled or a Paris Hilton spoiled. Plus, we didn't have that kind of money. We still don't. So, spoiled in the sense of, okay, she likes these pair of sneakers, even though they're out of our budget. We'll save up for them and we'll get her those pair of sneakers for her birthday or something. You know, that kind of spoiled. But I turned out okay. I don't throw tantrums if I don't get my way or anything of that nature. I come from a Haitian family, okay? They don't deal with that too well. If you start acting up, my mom, all she had to do was this. That's all she had to do. She didn't even have to say anything to me. If I was acting up, she would just look at me and then the eyebrow would go up. Oh boy, I would walk a straight line after that. Because after the eyebrow, that's the warning. That's the wheel, you know, that's the red lights flashing. Warning, warning, Will Robinson. That, just that alone. She didn't have to say a word. Did not have to say a word. But when she did this, that meant whatever you do after this, if you continue down this path, maybe you like your butt getting whooped. I don't know. And I think I've told this story once before, but I'll tell it again. I've only had one serious spanking in my life that I can remember. It left that much of an impression. And I think I've been walking a straight line ever since. When mom used to do the ironing, I would be, you know, mom's little helper. And she would finish ironing. She would fold the sheets and hang up the clothes that needed ironing and stuff. And while she's doing that, and while she's hanging up, she would tell me, "Okay, Nan, could you come and pick up the sheets, or could you come and hang up the clothes?" Well, I was doing that for a while, but there must have been one day, I don't know, chemical imbalance as a child. I don't know. There was this one day where I just didn't want to do it. And she would say, "Nan," and I just ignored my mother like nobody's business. Just ignored her. And then she would say, "Nanny," from Nan to Nanny. And then when you say Nancy, I know I'm in deep shit. But I let her go there. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. I had to be no older than 7 or 8. And she said, "Nancy, come and pick up these things so you can put them back." I don't know what came through me. That was the last I heard her say. She got up. She took the back of her flip-flop. I'll show you exactly what she used. Where was mine? She had flip-flops like these. You know these flip-flops? She came to me, grabbed my arm, and you can call it child abuse now, but no, it was called discipline back in the day, okay? She took this, held me, and said, "The next time I call you, you better." I mean, she only gave me like 3 swats. My ass was hot. It felt like it was hot for years. But, yeah. She didn't even have to say Nan. As soon as I heard her go, "Nan," I'm right there, Mom. What do you want me to do? I don't know what possessed me to not. I just didn't feel like doing it anymore. I don't know. I thought I was grown at the age of 8. I don't know. Oh, I walked a straight line after that ever since. Oh, sure. As all kids do, I still tried to push the envelope, but all she had to do was that. "Okay, Mom." All right. I don't know what came over me, Mom. I don't, trying to grow up a little too fast, I guess. That was the one and only spanking that I'll always, till I die. Till I die. I'm going to be 51 in a couple of weeks. I still remember the speech. I feel it, and I still remember it. She didn't leave any welts. She didn't make my skin bleed. Now, that would have been abuse, which some kids that I knew that I grew up with, they had. You would see the marks, the belt, whatever their parents could reach in order to discipline them. That was called discipline back in the day, people. I know some of you are probably all aghast because you wouldn't treat your children like that now. But sometimes, sometimes, I think that's what generations that have missed all of this spanking situation, that they needed that. They needed that. Because I'm not talking about spank your child till the child is unconscious and has to be sent to the hospital. No. Just 2 or 3 little enough for them to remember it years later. That's all you need. Because kids will be kids and they will test their parents. I did it. If I had kids, I'm sure they would have done it. It's just a natural thing. It's just a natural thing. You tell them to do something, they don't want to do it. You tell them to, it's just a natural thing. It's just a part of growing up. Now, how far a parent takes it, that's another story. But in the islands, in the West Indies, in the islands, the Jamaica, Haiti, Cuba, all these little Latino islands, the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians, same mind frame when it came to disciplining the children. A good whack serves you right. If you deserve it, that's the punishment that you get. Parents didn't think about, "Oh, I'm abusing my child." No. They thought about, "I am disciplining my child." And thank God that I was the type of child, because I'm an only child. I don't have any brothers or sisters. I was, all I needed was that. All I needed was that. If I got beatings after that, I don't remember, because I don't really think I did. That whooping to my butt That's all I needed, people. So I think I'd probably, if I had children, I would probably raise them the same way as my parents raised me. They did a damn good job as far as I'm concerned, and I would want to carry that tradition if I were the type of person that wanted children. That they had no control over. Sorry, Mom, sorry, Pop. Not gonna be grandparents. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Tickle in the throat again. So, yeah. So the Cassius bloodline, as far as my parents are concerned, stops. The buck stops here with me. It doesn't continue on. But as far as the Cassius name, my last name, that'll go on to infinity. You have to understand, my father came from, he's the youngest of 8. Now, his older brothers who have passed, as well as his sister, he's the last one, have had a gazillion children. So the name just keeps going. And I've got family all over this globe, okay? All over this globe. Some I know, some I don't know. Some I've met on Facebook. And I'm like, who are you? And I see that they have the same name I do. And I'm like, who are you? And then we would go down the family tree and, oh, you're the cousin of my father's uncle's brothers. Yeah. So that name will go on in infinity. So I don't feel so bad. I don't feel bad. Anyway, if I were to get married, the Cassius name would stop and I would be Mrs. So-and-so. So Mrs. Reeves, maybe Keanu Reeves. I can dream, okay? Leave it alone. But you know what I'm saying. So that is basically it. I don't even know how I got onto this topic, but oh, the 70s. Yeah, CNN. See, I wrote it down. CNN, 9 p.m., the 70s. I have to write things down because the memory, I may be getting older, and the memory is getting, sometimes that happens. In any event, people, that is it. That is all. I want everybody to have a wonderful, safe, very careful 4th of July because of the fireworks. Now, in the past, I've done a little funny story. I'm not going to do it anymore because I think I've run its course. I didn't do it last year. I did it the year before and the year before that. I think I started to do it in 2011, 2012. Little baby Bobby with the fireworks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, take a look at my past July 4th. I don't do a video on July 4th, but look in my July videos, and you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't want to do it anymore because it's run its course. It really has. But those of you who have been with me from the beginning, you all know what I'm thinking about. And I just want you to be careful with the fireworks, with the cherry bombs, and all of that. That's all I'm going to say. Okay? I love you. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. And I will see you on Monday. I'll see you on Monday. The only day I'm not going to see you the only work day is tomorrow. I'm making it look like I'm going on vacation for a week. That'll be in 2 weeks. But it won't even be for a week. It'll only be for 3 days. Cross that bridge when we get to it. I love you. I love my YouTube family. Hit me up. Let me know what you think. And have a safe and wonderful 4th of July weekend. I love you. Bye now.